What's going on, everybody? Been taking the rest of the day to recover about, just everything and taking time to think. And, this lawsuit that just right now, the settlement got pushed back, the settlement motion got dismissed, but there will be an end to this, and AMC will do the reverse split and they'll do the merger and everything else like that and whatever. Hopefully we'll all have a run before that. But what I want to talk to you about now is it's beyond AMC, beyond GameStop, beyond Bed Bath & Beyond. Look, I've been around this world for probably longer than I ever thought I would. Sometimes I say to myself, I'm fortunate to be a part of it. Sometimes I said it's a fucking curse. So you people are not a curse. You people have been a welcome phase in my life. So just know that. That being said, I was thinking about today, and like, how do I help these people in the future to make money, help their families, and for them not to get fucked over? And then I just said to myself, the answer was always right in front of me, but I don't think that you guys were prepared to understand it. You guys are now, you're prepared now to hear it. I don't know if you're prepared to become it. First, you gotta let it digest inside your head. I walked two different sides of life. I've been on that side and I'm on this side now. One thing I know about that side, the reason why they can make money all the time is because they control the ebb and flow of the market. They can control exactly when they're gonna make money. Now, they do have their downs, but since they've made so much profits, they turn around and cover that, especially because they're using other people's money. But the key to winning this market, because it's become, and I'm not going to say the word corrupt, let's just look at it this way. It's become technologically competitive. But the one thing technology leaves out is the human factor, because it can't really compute for it. I don't give a fuck about AI in that capacity. You cannot 100% dictate the way human beings will do things. That being said, in the new phase of the meme stock wars, we're not going to have a meme stock anymore. We're going to have to come up with a different name for what I'm introducing. Because what I'm introducing changes what all of you are. Hear me on this. You know that whenever we bought a stock and we held, they had the ability to create all these synthetic shares, all these FTDs, all these IOUs, and they would just push a stock down. What do we always say? They're suppressing it. That's not the real price. They keep pushing it down. They trade it in the dark pools. They push it down. But there's one thing they cannot do. You know what they cannot do? They cannot turn around and make a stock go up. They can make a stock go down. That they can do. Hear me on this. Imagine if all of you guys were to have two different portfolios, if you would. One made up of puts, okay, and one made up of shares that you bought, okay? Now these puts are in the same company of the shares you just bought. Play with me, and I'll get into more detail over the weekend. Let's say, for example, I took a bunch of puts on, let's just say, I don't know, let's just put a company out there. Let's just say, for the fun of it, let's just say I took it in Bed Bath & Beyond. Hypothetically, I didn't do that, whatever, but let me just put it out there. So let's just say I have $1,000. All right, so I split it in half. I take $500 to put puts, and I put $500 to buy shares. Okay, now when that time comes for me to, you know, am I going to be in the money? Am I going to be in the money? You know, is the stock going to be under that amount? I turn around and I go, you know what? I'm dumping all my shares in that stock. I am putting pressure on the stock to go down. That's just one person. Hear me what I just said. So let's say in the meme stock 2.0, let's say millions of people bought shares, which they will suppress because they can't have it run because they short these things. They will suppress it, whatever. But then, on a given date, the same way the funds drop shares, retail drops shares. And the retail drops the shares at a price that you're not losing money. Maybe you should break even. But at the end of the day, that puts pressure on the stock, and then you win your puts, probably with a good amount of money. And then you keep rolling it over. See, the thing about it is this. You guys have the potential for controlling the ebb and flow of a stock because the other side can't bump it up. That takes a lot of purchases out of money, and they pump it all the way up. And then what happens is they can create a little bit of a problem for themselves because, for one, the other side starts shorting, so it's a little bit of a mayhem. So, but at the end of the day, is nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to buy into a major stock. Like, nobody's going to buy major stocks. Nobody's going to do that. So the idea is they push stocks down. That's how they make money. What do? They borrow shares. Sometimes they don't even borrow them. They just sell them off. They just push it down and they make their money. You guys could do the same thing. You guys can buy shares, and then on a given Friday, dump. It's not with me. I'm not telling you the stock. You guys got to decide it. Understand what I'm trying to tell you. If you guys out there start the process of understanding, wait a minute, so you're telling me, Lou, that if altogether, let's say 4 million retail shareholders buy millions of shares and take options and take puts as well, and then we just go, you know what, go fuck your mother, and all of a sudden it's like, boom, you're in the green. That would change the game. It's not MOAS, but it's the constant generation of windfall that you control, because now you guys are acting like the entity that's on the other side. Look at what they did to AMC for 2 years. They pushed it down like nothing. What happened with Antera? What happened with April's Climate? They just dump shares right off the bat. They make money on both sides. Understand, you guys have to start thinking that way. So after AMC either has its run or reverse merge split, whatever may happen, please understand that the next era of the meme stock, let's say 2.0, has to be you guys having a split portfolio. If you're gonna put puts on a stock for, you know, a certain date, you put your price, okay, and you know you gotta get the stock under that price on that date where the contract is at. You turn around and have a bunch of shares, and you know what? I'm gonna guarantee myself it's gonna go down there. You know why? Because they do that. They do that. But the difference is we're bigger than all of them. Remember that. We're bigger than all of them. I'm not your leader. I don't take money from, I don't do nothing. I don't nothing. At the end of the day, you guys decide how to do that, which stock. But if you guys wanted to do that, you would be having fucking paydays like fucking crazy. America's on its last legs. The economy's on its last legs. The dollar's on its last legs. It could be something you guys can do in order to financially back up your families before shit goes south. Because it's going to do that. Just hear me. At the end of the day, we're not in the buy and hold anymore. Everything's going to go down. Everything's going to go down, and you might as well make money on the way out. So, something to think about. I'll see everybody tomorrow.